When we live our lives in a constant state of looking outward, we lose sight of our own path. It's easy to get caught up in what others are doing, thinking, or achieving, especially in a world where external validation seems to be the currency of success. Social media, for example, constantly feeds us with images of what others are doing, how they're living, and what they've accomplished. It's tempting to measure our own progress against the success of others. But the truth is, focusing on others only takes you further away from your own unique vision and potential. When you compare yourself to others, you are essentially allowing their journey to define yours. You start thinking that your success is tied to their success or that you should be doing the same things they're doing. You might begin to feel inadequate or unworthy because you're not where they are. But remember, each person's journey is different. Your life is not meant to mirror someone else's, nor should it. Every individual has a unique path to follow. And by constantly comparing yourself to others, you're doing a disservice to your own journey. The only way to truly move forward is to focus on your own vision. What do you want for your life? What goals, dreams, and desires are you truly passionate about? These are the questions that need to guide you, not the accomplishments or opinions of others. When you focus on your own vision, you begin to create a future that is aligned with your deepest desires. You stop looking to others for direction and instead start tuning into your inner compass, the part of you that knows exactly what you need to do to move forward. In this world, it's easy to get distracted by the noise around you, to let the opinions of others drown out your inner voice. You might hear people say that you should be doing something differently, or that you need to follow a certain path in order to be successful. But success is subjective. What success means to one person might be different from what it means to you. Your success is defined by your own standards, your own values, and your own aspirations. When you look outward for validation, you give away your power. But when you turn inward, you tap into your own strength and wisdom. You are the only one who truly knows what is best for you. Focusing on your own vision allows you to embrace your own rhythm and timing. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you give yourself the freedom to move at your own pace, to take the time you need to grow and evolve. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind when you look at others who seem to have it all figured out. But the truth is, everyone is on their own timeline. What looks like success to one person might have taken years of struggle, failure, and perseverance to achieve. You never know the full story behind someone else's accomplishments. And when you focus on your own journey, you give yourself permission to honor your own process, no matter how long it may take. By focusing on your own vision, you also begin to trust yourself more. You start to believe that you have everything you need within you to create the life you want. When you stop relying on others for validation, you start looking inward for answers. You begin to trust your instincts, your intuition, and your ability to make decisions that are aligned with your true self. This self trust is crucial for personal growth. It empowers you to take risks, step outside of your comfort zone, and make choices that may feel uncertain but are ultimately in line with your highest potential. The beauty of focusing on your own vision is that it allows you to become the architect of your own life. You are no longer a passive observer, watching others build the life they want while you stand on the sidelines. Instead, you take the reins and start building your own reality. You start creating opportunities for yourself, setting your own goals, and designing the life you've always wanted. This is the true essence of personal empowerment, recognizing that you are the creator of your own experience. When you focus on your own vision, you are also focusing on your own growth. You stop measuring yourself against others and instead measure yourself against the person you were yesterday. You recognize that growth is a personal journey, not a competition. Each day is an opportunity to become better, to learn something new, to expand your mind, and to refine your skills. By focusing on your own growth, you allow yourself the space to evolve without the pressure of comparing your progress to someone else's. You honor your own pace and appreciate how far you've come, no matter how small the steps may seem. In the end, focusing on your own vision is the key to unlocking your true potential. When you stop looking to others for validation or comparison, you create the space to align with your own desires, dreams, and goals. You reclaim your energy, your focus, and your power, and you begin to move forward in the direction of your own unique path. Remember, your life is yours to live, and it's only when you focus on your own vision that you will truly experience the depth of fulfillment and success that you are capable of achieving. Your energy is one of the most powerful resources you have. and how you direct it can determine the course of your life. When you are constantly pulled in different directions, whether by the expectations of others, external distractions, or societal pressures, you are dispersing your energy. And as your energy is scattered, you lose focus, momentum, and ultimately your sense of personal power. The key to unlocking your full potential lies in directing your energy toward your own growth and progress. We all have the ability to shape our reality, but it requires conscious intention and focus. When you direct your energy toward your own personal development, you are actively participating in the creation of your life. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions generate energy, and when you align them with your deepest desires and aspirations, you create a magnetic force that attracts the circumstances, opportunities, and people that will help you achieve your goals. The more energy you put into your own growth, the more your potential expands. Many people are unaware of how much energy they give away. They spend their time and attention on things that don't serve their highest purpose. Whether it's worrying about what others think, trying to please people, or becoming consumed by external problems, they are diverting their precious energy away from themselves. This happens because they are not fully aware of their own power. They don't realize that every moment spent focusing on others or worrying about external circumstances is a moment they lose in shaping their own reality. In essence, they are giving away their energy and allowing others to dictate the course of their lives. When you learn to focus your energy inward, you begin to cultivate a deep sense of self awareness. Self awareness is the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, and it's an essential step in the process of personal growth. It allows you to recognize when your energy is being drained by external factors, and it empowers you to take control and redirect that energy toward the things that truly matter. You start to notice the things that inspire you, the things that make you feel alive, and the things that bring you joy. By paying attention to how your energy feels, you begin to create an environment where you can thrive. Redirecting your energy also means learning to let go of things that no longer serve you. As you focus on your own growth, you start to understand that not every relationship, activity, or belief is conducive to your well being. In fact, many of the things that demand your attention are simply distractions, pulling you further away from your true self. When you focus on yourself, you begin to create boundaries that protect your energy. You learn to say no to the things and people that drain you, and yes to the things that nurture and elevate you. In doing so, you free up your energy to invest in the things that will actually move you forward. Energy is also closely tied to your beliefs and mindset. What you believe about yourself and the world around you has a direct impact on the energy you emit. If you believe you are not worthy of success or that life is a struggle, your energy will reflect that belief. On the other hand, when you believe in your own potential and in the abundance of opportunities available to you, your energy becomes magnetic. You begin to attract the right circumstances, people, and experiences that are in alignment with your beliefs. By shifting your mindset and cultivating empowering beliefs, you can tap into a limitless source of energy that propels you toward your goals. As you begin to direct your energy inward, you also start to understand the importance of self care. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well being is essential to maintaining a strong and vibrant energy. The more you invest in your health, the more energy you will have to pour into your passions and purpose. Whether it's exercising, meditating, eating nourishing food, or getting enough rest, these practices replenish your energy and keep you at your highest potential. By prioritizing self care, you ensure that you have the strength and vitality to continue moving forward, even when challenges arise. In focusing your energy on your own growth, you also develop resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, but when you are in tune with your energy and aligned with your energy and aligned with your purpose, you become better equipped to navigate obstacles. You learn to view challenges as opportunities for growth, not setbacks. Your energy becomes a tool for perseverance, allowing you to push through adversity with a sense of inner strength and determination. The more you focus on your own progress, the less you are affected by the opinions or actions of others. Your energy becomes your anchor, guiding you through both the calm and stormy waters of life. Finally, when you direct your energy toward your own growth, you inspire others to do the same. Your transformation becomes a beacon of possibility for those around you. People are drawn to your energy, and they begin to see what is possible for their own lives. As you invest in yourself, you create a ripple effect that can have a profound impact on the world around you. By focusing on your own growth, you contribute to the collective growth of humanity. Your energy becomes a force for good, influencing others to step into their own power and take charge of their lives. When you focus on your own growth and direct your energy inward, you activate your highest potential. You stop wasting time on distractions and begin to channel your energy toward the things that matter most to you. This conscious shift in direction not only transforms your life, but it also elevates the energy of everyone you encounter. Your growth becomes a source of inspiration and a catalyst for positive change in the world. When you compare yourself to others, you are, in essence, telling yourself that your journey is not enough. You are measuring your worth by external standards, and in doing so, you forget the unique path that you are meant to walk. Comparison steals your joy, your confidence, and your sense of self. It creates an illusion that you should be further ahead, that you should have achieved more, or that you should look or live differently than you currently do. But the truth is, you are exactly where you need to be. And the only comparison you should make is to the person you were yesterday. Comparison traps us in a cycle of self doubt and insecurity. When we look at someone else's success or happiness, we automatically think we are lacking something. We begin to believe that their achievements are a reflection of what we have failed to do or accomplish. But this comparison is flawed. We see only the surface, the achievements, the highlights, the best moments without truly understanding the journey that person has been on. What we don't see are the struggles, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, or the hard work behind the scenes. Comparing yourself to someone else is like judging a book by its cover without reading the pages. You never get the full story. We must understand that no one else's path is meant to be ours. Every person has their own set of circumstances, their own challenges, and their own opportunities. Comparing your life to theirs ignores the complexity of your own journey. You may be in a different phase of life with different experiences, dreams, and goals. What matters is not where others are, but where you are and where you're going. Your path may not look like someone else's, but that does not make it any less valuable or meaningful. In addition, comparison often leads to feelings of inadequacy. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you begin to think that you're not enough, that you're somehow less, because you haven't achieved the same milestones or don't have the same possessions or lifestyle. This feeling of not being enough can be paralyzing. It can prevent you from taking action, from pursuing your dreams, and from living authentically. But the truth is, your worth is not determined by anyone else's success or failure. You are enough exactly as you are in this moment with all your strengths and weaknesses. The only measure of your worth should be your own self perception and belief in your potential. Instead of comparing yourself to others, shift your focus to your own growth. Look at how far you've come, how much you've learned, and how much you've overcome. Celebrate your own achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Progress is not always measured in big leaps. Sometimes it's the quiet moments of growth that lead to the most significant transformation. By focusing on your own journey, you give yourself permission to grow at your own pace without the pressure of constantly measuring up to someone else's timeline. Comparison also takes your focus away from the present moment. When you are consumed by what others are doing, you lose sight of your own blessings. You stop appreciating the life you have and begin focusing on what you don't have or what you wish you could be doing. But the present moment is where all your power lies. It is only in the present that you can take action, make decisions, and create the future you desire. When you compare yourself to others, you step out of the present and into a world of dissatisfaction and longing. You rob yourself of the opportunity to fully experience and appreciate your life as it is. One of the most empowering things you can do is to stop comparing yourself to others and start comparing yourself to the person you were yesterday. Are you growing? Are you evolving? Are you becoming a better version of yourself? These are the only questions that matter. By measuring your progress against your own past self, you create a sense of continuity and purpose. You are no longer caught in a race with anyone else, but instead, you are on a journey of constant improvement. Every day is a chance to learn something new, to develop new skills, and to get one step closer to the person you are meant to become. This shift in perspective frees you from the burden of comparison. It allows you to embrace your uniqueness and trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be. And every experience, every challenge, and every success is a part of your individual growth process. Instead of looking outward, you begin to look inward, finding joy and fulfillment in your own progress. When you let go of the need to compare yourself to others, you also release the fear of judgment. You no longer feel the need to measure up to someone else's expectations or live according to someone else's standards. You are free to define your own success, to pursue your own passions, and to live authentically. This freedom allows you to embrace who you truly are without the pressure to conform or fit into someone else's mold. By shifting your focus from comparison to self improvement, you open up a world of possibility. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw limitations. You start to believe in your own ability to create the life you want. You stop looking outside yourself for validation and start finding it within. You stop comparing yourself to others, and instead you compare yourself to the person you were yesterday, constantly striving to be better, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. The concept of validation is powerful because it shapes how we view ourselves and our place in the world. For many people, validation comes from external sources, from the praise of others, from achievements, or from external markers of success. These external forms of validation can feel comforting, but they are ultimately fleeting. When you rely on others to validate your worth, you give away your power. Your sense of self becomes dependent on what others think of you or how they treat you, which means your confidence is constantly at the mercy of the opinions and actions of others. However, the most empowering form of validation is the one you give yourself. It's the inner belief that you are worthy, capable, and deserving, regardless of external circumstances. When you seek validation from others, you are essentially handing over control of your self worth. Every compliment, every accolade, every thumbs up on social media feeds your ego and reinforces the idea that your value is determined by external approval. While it's natural to want to be liked and appreciated, relying on others to define your worth can be dangerous. It creates a cycle where you are constantly seeking validation, always chasing the next compliment or acknowledgement. This cycle leaves you feeling empty because no amount of praise can fill the void of not truly believing in yourself. External validation is like a temporary fix. It may make you feel good for a moment, but it doesn't last. And it doesn't address the deeper issue of self worth. True confidence comes from within. It's an inner knowing that you are enough regardless of external opinions. This form of self validation is the foundation for personal empowerment. When you validate yourself, you stop seeking approval from others and start making decisions based on your own beliefs, desires, and values. Your choices become aligned with your truth, not with what others expect or think of you. This alignment creates a sense of peace and authenticity because you are living according to your own standards, not someone else's. When you validate yourself, you stop measuring your success by the opinions of others. You no longer need external markers to tell you that you are doing well or that you are worthy of success. You define success for yourself, and you trust your own ability to navigate your life in a way that feels right for you. This internal validation gives you the strength to pursue your goals and dreams with conviction, knowing that your worth is not tied to the outcome. Whether you achieve the result you want or not, you still have intrinsic value. And that belief is unwavering. Furthermore, self validation is a powerful tool for resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and you will inevitably face challenges, setbacks, and disappointments along the way. When you rely on external validation, these difficulties can feel even more crushing because you are tied to the opinions and expectations of others. However, when you validate yourself, you create an inner strength that allows you to weather the storms of life with grace and confidence. You know that no matter what happens, your worth is not contingent on anyone else's approval. This inner foundation gives you the ability to pick yourself up, learn from your experiences, and keep moving forward no matter how difficult things may seem. Self validation also allows you to be more authentic. When you stop seeking approval from others, you can show up as your true self. You no longer feel the need to conform or hide parts of yourself in order to gain acceptance. Instead, you embrace all aspects of who you are, knowing that your uniqueness is what makes you special. When you are authentic, you attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your true self. You no longer have to pretend to be something you're not in order to fit in or be liked. Your authenticity becomes your magnet, drawing the right energy into your life. There is immense freedom in giving yourself permission to be who you are without needing validation from the outside world. You no longer feel the need to measure up to societal standards or the expectations of others. You can let go of the pressure to be perfect or to constantly perform in order to gain approval. Instead, you can focus on what truly matters to you, following your own desires and passions with full confidence that you are enough as you are. This inner knowing allows you to live with less fear and more courage because you are no longer tethered to the opinions or judgments of others. Self validation is also deeply connected to self love. It's about treating yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion. When you validate yourself, you are acknowledging your worth and embracing the idea that you are deserving of love and happiness just as you are. This practice of self love nurtures your sense of self worth, helping you to overcome feelings of inadequacy or self doubt. As you build your inner validation, you begin to experience a shift in how you see yourself. You stop focusing on what you don't have or what you think you lack and start appreciating the strengths, talents, and qualities that make you unique. In the absence of external validation, you find a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment. You stop waiting for others to tell you that you're doing well or that you're enough. Instead, you trust your own journey and recognize that your progress is valid no matter how small or slow it may seem. This shift in mindset allows you to appreciate the beauty of your journey and the growth that comes from within. You begin to celebrate your successes, not because others are congratulating you, but because you know that you are worthy of your own recognition. This internal celebration creates a sense of peace because you no longer rely on others to tell you what you already know to be true about yourself. When you validate yourself, you take back control of your life. You stop waiting for external approval to move forward, and you start living according to your own rules and standards. This self validation builds a sense of inner strength, resilience, and authenticity, empowering you to navigate the world with confidence and grace. By recognizing that your worth is inherent and not dependent on the opinions or actions of others, you create the freedom to live a life that is true to who you are. The moment you realize that you are in complete control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you unlock the power to transform your life. Our minds are incredibly powerful, yet many people go through life without truly understanding the immense impact their thoughts have on their reality. Your thoughts shape your experiences. They influence how you perceive the world, how you respond to challenges, and how you interact with others. When you understand that your mind is the creator of your reality, you realize that you hold the key to your own success, happiness, and fulfillment. Too often, we give our power away by allowing our thoughts to be controlled by external influences. We allow ourselves to be influenced by negative situations, the opinions of others, or past experiences. This creates a cycle where we feel as though we have no control over our lives. But the truth is, you are the one who determines what you think and how you respond to any given situation. When you take full responsibility for your thoughts, you empower yourself to shift your reality. Many people spend their lives reacting to their circumstances instead of actively creating their circumstances. They allow their thoughts to be shaped by fear, doubt, and worry. They get stuck in patterns of negative thinking that perpetuate feelings of inadequacy and frustration. But the power to change this pattern lies within you. The moment you decide to take control of your mind, you begin to break free from these limiting thoughts and replace them with positive, empowering beliefs. It all starts with awareness, the awareness that your thoughts are not facts and they do not define you. When you choose to take control of your thoughts, you also begin to take control of your emotions. Your emotions are often a reflection of your thoughts. If you think negatively, you will feel negative emotions. If you think positively, you will feel better. This is where the power of choice comes in. You have the ability to choose how you feel by changing your thoughts. It may take practice, but every time you shift your thoughts from a negative to a positive perspective, you are training your mind to focus on what is empowering, uplifting, and supportive of your goals and desires. One of the most profound ways to take control of your thoughts is to focus on the present moment. When you live in the present, you stop dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. This allows you to make conscious decisions in the here and now instead of being influenced by past mistakes or future fears. The present moment is where all your power lies. By focusing on the present, you reclaim your energy and begin to shape your reality intentionally. The past is gone, and the future hasn't happened yet, but right now you have the ability to choose your thoughts and actions. Taking control of your mind also means letting go of the need for external validation. As we discussed earlier, when you rely on others for validation, you are giving away your power. You are allowing others' opinions to shape how you see yourself. But when you take full responsibility for your thoughts, you no longer need validation from the outside world. You begin to define your own worth, and you trust that your path is unique and valuable. This shift in mindset is incredibly freeing. It allows you to be authentic, to live your truth, and to create a life that is in alignment with who you truly are, not who others think you should be. Another powerful way to take control of your mind is to cultivate a mindset of gratitude. When you are focused on what you are grateful for, your thoughts shift away from what is lacking, or what isn't going well in your life. Gratitude trains your brain to notice the positive aspects of your life, which creates a ripple effect of positive thoughts and emotions. The more you practice gratitude, the more you attract abundance and joy into your life. Gratitude also helps you stay grounded in the present moment rather than getting caught up in worry or regret. It keeps you connected to the beauty of the here and now, which allows you to appreciate the blessings that are already present in your life. Your mind is a tool, and like any tool, it can either work for you or against you. When you allow your mind to work for you, you can accomplish anything you set your sights on. You can break through barriers, achieve your goals, and create the life you desire. This requires conscious effort and dedication. It means choosing to focus on the positive even when challenges arise. It means practicing self discipline by controlling the flow of your thoughts and emotions. And it means being consistent in your efforts to build a strong, resilient mindset that supports your growth and success. Taking control of your mind also involves being kind to yourself. Many people struggle with negative self talk, criticizing themselves for every mistake or flaw. But self criticism only weakens your mind and spirit. Instead, practice self compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. Acknowledge your mistakes, but don't let them define you. Use them as opportunities to learn and grow. When you show yourself compassion, you create a mindset of acceptance, which allows you to move forward with confidence and clarity. The power to control your mind lies within you. It starts with taking responsibility for your thoughts and choosing to focus on what is empowering, positive, and supportive of your growth. When you take control of your mind, you begin to shape your reality and you create a life that is aligned with your desires and purpose. This requires awareness, self discipline, and consistent effort, but the rewards are immense. You become the creator of your life, free from the limitations imposed by negative thinking, external influences, and the opinions of others. The moment you take control of your mind, you step into your full potential, unlocking the power to create a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. The journey of personal growth is a deeply individual experience. It is easy to become distracted by the lives of others, by the expectations that are placed on us, or by the comparisons we make to those who seem to have achieved more. But the truth is, your growth is unique to you. The path you are walking is yours alone, and it's important to embrace it fully. Often we focus too much on where we think we should be, on how fast we should be progressing, or on what we believe others expect of us. In doing so, we forget to honor the process of growth itself. Growth is not a race, it's an ongoing, sometimes slow and imperfect journey that is about deepening your understanding of yourself and your potential. The pressure to keep up with others can create a sense of urgency that often leads to frustration and self doubt. We live in a world where success is often measured by external markers, titles, possessions, or outward appearances. But these external measures of success do not reflect true personal growth. Real growth happens internally. It happens when you take the time to understand who you are, what you desire, and what you are capable of achieving. It happens when you learn to embrace your unique journey and when you trust that the pace at which you are moving is exactly what you need to experience at this moment in your life. It is easy to become discouraged when you look around and see others achieving things that you aspire to. It's natural to wonder if you're moving fast enough or if you're missing out on something. However, when you focus too much on the successes of others, you lose sight of your own. Every person is on their own timeline. Just because someone else reaches a milestone before you does not mean you are behind. It simply means your path is unfolding in its own time, and it is perfect as it is. When you give yourself permission to honor your own journey, you stop feeling pressured to catch up and instead start appreciating where you are right now. Personal growth requires patience and resilience. It's easy to look at a goal or dream and feel discouraged because it seems far off or unattainable. But the key to growth is not about reaching that end goal quickly, it's about the incremental progress you make every day. Small steps are just as important as big leaps. Every challenge you face, every moment of doubt, and every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of viewing these moments as obstacles, start seeing them as stepping stones. Every experience, good or bad, contributes to your personal growth. The struggles you face shape you into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. This is why it's essential to be patient with yourself. Growth is not linear, it's a process that takes time and requires you to be kind and forgiving toward yourself. Too often, we are conditioned to think that we must achieve our goals quickly or be at a certain level of success by a certain age. Society, social media, and even our own minds push us to move faster, to be more, to do more. But in reality, this pressure can cause more harm than good. It leads to burnout, stress, and the feeling that no matter what you do, it's never enough. Instead of rushing to the finish line, focus on the journey. Embrace the steps along the way, no matter how slow they may seem. Progress is progress, no matter the pace. Growth also requires you to let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is often a barrier to personal development because it creates unrealistic standards that are impossible to meet. When you are focused on being perfect, you limit your ability to grow. You become fixated on achieving something flawless, when in reality, growth happens through imperfections. Every mistake, every failure, every moment where things don't go as planned is part of the process. It is through these moments that you learn the most about yourself. Perfection is an illusion, progress is the reality. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you give yourself the freedom to grow at your own pace, to make mistakes without shame, and to embrace the journey fully. Another important aspect of growth is the ability to reflect. When you take the time to look back on how far you've come, you begin to see just how much you've already accomplished. Growth isn't just about moving forward, it's about acknowledging your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Every decision you've made, every change you've embraced, every step you've taken in the right direction has contributed to the person you are becoming. Reflection allows you to celebrate your growth, learn from your experiences, and recognize the lessons that have shaped you along the way. The journey of personal growth is about becoming more aligned with your true self. It's about shedding the expectations of others, the judgments, and the comparisons, and stepping into your authentic power. Growth is not about achieving a certain status or meeting an arbitrary deadline. It's about embracing who you are and evolving into the best version of yourself. It's about discovering your purpose, following your passion, and living your truth. Every day presents an opportunity to grow, to step closer to your authentic self, and to build a life that reflects who you truly are. As you embrace the process of growth, remember that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust that your journey is unfolding in perfect timing. It's easy to get distracted by what others are doing, but when you focus on your own path, you find clarity and purpose. Your growth is unique to you. Honor it, nurture it, and remember that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself.